welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a wonderful week or having a wonderful week or weekend, whatever and wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Today's video is a vlog. I feel like I haven't done a vlog in ages, so I decided to do one today. I actually have the day off today. I booked it off. I have an audition today. It's the first audition I've had in a really long time. For those of you who don't know, my life, love and thing I love most in the world is acting, and I used to do it a lot when I was a student, and then life happened and I never followed the dream until now. I started acting classes again this year. I did some in Toronto in 2019, and then when the world kind of went back to normal, I started again, and I have done them ever since. And today is the first audition back. I am so excited. I thought I was going to be a bit more nervous, knowing me, but I feel okay. I do feel a little bit apprehensive, obviously, because you get the butterflies, but I do feel very, very excited, and I'm just really proud that I even submitted myself for this and that they even offered me an audition slot. So I am auditioning at a local theatre for one of their general auditions. Yeah, it's so crazy, it's so wild to be back doing it. So yeah, that is today. I guess I'm just gonna bring you along. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do today. I don't have anything planned. I just kind of wanted to take the day and just relax. My audition isn't until later this afternoon, and so I'm just gonna get ready, do some audition prep, and then just relax. I don't want to over rehearse because over-rehearsing is not a good idea, as those of you who have done theatre and acting before know. But I do want to feel very confident going in there. So yeah, I've been watching vlogs today. I've become obsessed with Disney vlogs. I don't know why, but there's something really wholesome and lovely about them, and so I've fell down the rabbit hole of Disney vloggers, and so that's what I've been watching. It's like a comfort thing, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So come along with the ride with me on the ride of today. First audition, day off vlog. Let's get to it. Already, it's a bit intense. First day curls. I usually curl my hair on the day that I wash it, but I didn't yesterday, which is my bad. So today is day one curl, so it's a little bit poodly, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna rock it. I'm not quite sure if this is gonna be the outfit for the audition, but it's kind of cute, so maybe. Now I need to, oh, this is gonna be weird light changes. I am going to feed the Christmas cake. Super fun. I make a Christmas cake every single year, and it needs feeding every week. If you've never made one, you have to feed it with brandy. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Isn't this an exciting day? Aren't you so glad that you're watching this vlog? you've made Christmas cakes before, or if you're interested in making Christmas cakes. This is a British style, obviously that's why it's so dark. Canadian style fruit cakes are not the same. They're more like cakey and they have glacé cherries in and stuff, which is strange to me. This is a British one, Nigella Lawson's recipe. The only thing I change is I don't use sugar, I use maple syrup because in my opinion, it works better. And I think she actually has glacé cherries in her recipe, but I use sour cherries. So they're the differences I make. I've used this recipe every year for like 10 years, so it's a winner. Another very British tradition, Christmas tradition that we have, a box of roses every year under the tree. However, like everything else British buying in Canada, it's super expensive. I don't even want to tell you how much this was. These are like £5–6 in the UK. Let's just say this tradition is very important to me. Also, I realized that when I said I've done the same recipe for 10 years, you might be like, 10 years, that's probably exaggerating. It actually isn't. I started baking really quite young. I was like a teenager when I started baking, and Christmas cakes were kind of like one of the first things I made, surprisingly. The first one didn't go very well. I remember I like burnt it, but I made it like super early, like 6 months early. And you know, if you burn it and then you just feed it with brandy for a while, you can't really taste the burn, so you live and learn. But yeah, it's probably been about 10 years that I've made. This is probably the 10th Christmas cake that I've made. Wild. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to do advent calendar today. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that Mike bought me a Disney Funko Pop advent calendar because of my newfound obsession with watching Disney vlogs. And so I open it every day on Instagram. So I'm gonna do that now. Okay, today's one was Minnie. This Minnie. This was Mickey from the first day, but neither of them stand properly. I don't know why. I think it's because, no, their head, Minnie kind of stands, but Mickey does not stand at all. Like, he just falls, so I have to lean him. I think their heads are a bit too big. And then these are the other ones that we've got so far. These ones all stand okay. I don't know why they gave us 2 Mickeys. I know, I feel a bit cheated. Also, they're all in the same order, which I feel like takes away the joy of finding it each day. But, I don't know. That's just me. I think it's time for tea. I've been this whole morning, been to a workout, got ready, and not had a tea. So, it is necessary. That is a very unflattering light. It's hot. It's good. Yes, I do have a pumpkin mug. Yes, it is December, but here we are. Yorkshire tea is the best. If you haven't had it, I urge you to have it. I think that the best one is the fully caffeinated one, but I can't handle caffeinated drinks at the best of times, and certainly not on a day like today because audition. But the decaf one is just as good. It's really hard to find in Canada, and I found it at this market, the supermarket called the Fairway Market. And I was very excited, and so I got some. But it's kind of annoying because my friend is going to the UK this month and she was going to bring me some back, so I didn't even need it that badly, but here's to living abroad. I think I'm going to do just some refreshers of my monologues for my audition. So I have to do 2 monologues. Obviously I've already chose them and rehearsed them, but I'm just gonna like refresh myself with the script and like remind myself of some of the beats and my substitutions and things like that. And just like, yeah, refresh myself. I don't know. I don't usually like looking at scripts so close to when I'm supposed to be performing them because sometimes I find that can be confusing, but I think that just a refresher of my notes is going to be a good thing. Also, I want to be prepared if they ask me. I don't think that they will. I've never been in an audition where they've like asked me about my process or anything, but I want to be super just, you know, ready for anything. It's interesting because every time I've been asked to do a monologue for an audition, I've always been in the UK, and so in the UK, if you have auditioned for drama school or anything like that, you will know that when you're asked for your contrasting monologues, which means that you have to have like a comedic one and a dramatic one, usually you do a Shakespeare and then one of your choice. But in Canada, I was asked to do a contemporary Canadian one and one of my choice. And I have never read a Canadian play. I've never studied one. I'd never at that point watched one. I've now seen two, both at the theatre that I'm going to audition at, which has been really good. But I had to search for one, and I did find one. It's a play called Cocktails at Pam's. I have not been able to find the full script anywhere, so I haven't been able to read the whole thing, but I have read some like character analysis and like plot analysis, and I've got an idea for what it is and what it's about. But my other one, I was really struggling with the one that I had to choose, because obviously I have like quite a few different ones, but nothing really jumped out at me. And then when I was going through my physical copies of plays that I have, because I have a few from studying theatre, I remembered this play that I was really interested in doing a while back called Auditioning. It's a two-person play about a relationship between a university student and a professor. I have like a physical copy of the play of Auditioning, but I did like print off like specific monologues, because the monologue isn't a true monologue in the actual script. There is dialogue in between from the other character. So I'm going to do some scene revision for these for a little bit. Not too much though, because again, I feel like if I overdo it, I'm gonna get really, really stressed out about the audition, and I wanna go in very like calm and just well prepared. I just found out that the first performance of Auditioning was in my birth month, on my birth year. I feel like that's a good sign. I didn't know that. How interesting. I also for some reason thought this was a British play, but it wasn't. It was first performed in the US, in Massachusetts. The more you know. I think one of my dreams in life is to be listed in the front of a play as like the original character, the original person that played like originally the character. I think that would just be such a cool achievement, to be like the first person manifesting that. Okay, I've done some little note taking and some extra research and ran the monologues a couple of times, feeling good about them, to be honest. I'm just gonna put you down here. That's better. I do feel good about them. You never know until you get into the room, of course, but I don't think I can rehearse anymore. And I don't want to over-rehearse, and I don't want to undo the good stuff that I've done, and I do want still some like flexibility to play around and like make it real. I think sometimes when you over-rehearse, like your brain just goes into muscle memory and you just do the same thing over and over again, especially if, I mean, I don't know if they're going to give me any direction, but if they are, I want to be able to like take that and not like have that issue of muscle memory kicking in and then just playing it the same way every time. So, yep. That's done. I think I'm going to make some lunch now and probably play some video games just to like chill out a little bit. I just need to like do some mindless stuff that's not audition work. So yeah, you can come make food with me. I love how I was like, yeah, you can come cook with me, and then this is what I'm doing for cooking. This is like pretty much what I have so often. I basically just like pre-roast a bunch of squash and vegetables at the start of the week. Usually that seems like a lot of broccoli. It's pretty big, but it's fine, it's broccoli. And then I just cook fish. Also, I accidentally put too much seasoning on it, just like fell out, but it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. So basically I'll just throw this in the oven for like 25 minutes, 20 minutes, and it should be good to go. And while that's cooking, I'm just going to like talk through a dilemma that I have with you, because You're the only people that I have to talk to in this moment. And yes, I am sitting on the floor. So right now I'm using my vlogging camera, which has its like kit lens on, but I decided I need a better lens for this camera because this is the camera that I'm going to predominantly use for like video and vlogging. And so I have been using my full frame Sony 20mm one, which is this bad boy, but it isn't quite wide enough and it's huge. This camera is small and this lens isn't massive in comparison to lenses, but like on this camera it looks massive. And so I've been like debating whether to get a new one. I do have my eye on a couple. I really like the 10-20, but it doesn't have like stabilization on the lens, and this camera doesn't have stabilization, so vlogs might be a bit like, I don't know, jumpy if I'm like walking and moving. But I have been considering like trading this one in because I'm like, why do I have this and I'm not using it? I love this lens. I don't use it as much as I should, especially for what I paid for it. But when I do use it, I really love it. And I'm just like debating whether to keep it and buy an additional lens or just like consolidate my lenses and accept that I'm not going to use this and just trade it in or like sell it on. I don't know. Camera, like having photography and videography as a hobby is so expensive. I can't even begin to explain. Like, and we just accept it, you know? Like a camera is so expensive and lenses, some lenses are thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And I'm just like, why do I have this hobby? But I love it. So yeah, the camera that I'm using right now is my like primary video camera. And then I have my Sony A7 IV for photography, and then like some sit down videos and like cinematic-y kind of videos. I freaking love that camera with my whole heart. It is just my favorite purchase. One of my favorite purchases that I've ever made. So I'm very attached to this lens, even though I don't use it a lot, but it's my first ever like G lens, which is one of the really good ones. So I'm like, oh, I don't know. Dilemmas, you know? Dilemmas. Hello everyone. Oh, excuse me. It is the next day. I didn't film the rest of yesterday because I was busy getting ready, and then I went over to my friends to like do some more preparation work, then went to the audition, and it was the end of the day. The audition went really well. I mean, it went as well as I could have hoped it would do. It was my first one back after a really long time away, so I was just hoping that, you know, it went fairly well, which I think it did. Obviously you never know because you can't read minds. But I was happy with my performance. They were really, really nice. It went, you know, as smoothly as it could have gone. For me, the whole point of that audition was to get back into it and to kind of get back in the room and get my acting, auditioning chops back up to scratch. And that's what happened. And I definitely feel like I achieved that. And so I'm really happy with myself. I'm also like, I had a lot of anxiety and stress around auditioning because I'd had some negative experiences in the past with it, and yesterday proved that I am completely capable of it, and it wasn't as stressful and horrific as I had built up in my head. And that is a really, really nice realization, because when you've been afraid of something for so long, that's stopped you from doing the thing that you love so much, and then you kind of face it and you realize it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be. That's a really nice realization. I'm not sure when I'm gonna hear back. I don't even know what the process is for general auditions, but we'll see. And whatever happens, happens, and I'm happy with the experience whichever way it goes. Another exciting thing, last night when I was coming back from the audition, one of my local general stores messaged me to say that they had something in stock that I had been waiting for, and I got it as like a well done for my first audition back and to like commemorate it. And I have to show you, they're the best things you've ever seen. How amazing. They are gooseberry earrings. Gooseberry. Can you believe it? They're fantastic. They're by an artist called Not Picasso. and I saw them and I was like, I need these in my life, and they're even better than I could have hoped. So they're my first audition back commemoration gift to myself. I think I'm gonna make some breakfast. I make the same thing pretty much every day, which I've done for like the last 2 years. And I know it's winter and I know it's cold here in the Pacific Northwest, but I do make smoothie bowls most of the time, so that's probably what I'll make today. I just find that I can cram so much good stuff in it, and I don't know, it always makes me feel good on the morning, so I usually do those. So I'll probably do that. I've got some work to do, as it is a work day for me today. And then I have acting class tonight, which will be fun. I always really enjoy it, and I also have another script to learn for that. So lots of script stuff. So I'll probably do some script work on my lunch break today. So I guess come with me to make breakfast and work and learn even more lines. This is my life now, and you know what? I freaking love it. Next day. I'm not doing very well with keeping everything at the same time. Apologies for this mess, just ignore that because chaotic craziness here. Do you notice anything different about this video? Probably that's a really millennial thing to do a zoom, to make a point, you know. But anyway, I went to the camera store and I got a new lens. I'm so excited. I can't obviously show you the new lens because it's on right now. But I got the, I left the box over there, I can't even show you. I got the Sony 10 to 18mm lens. It is secondhand. This is my first ever secondhand lens actually. I've never purchased a secondhand lens before. I don't know why I keep zooming in. And although it's secondhand, it's in amazing condition. So yeah, that's why I got this lens. But anyway, I have got a couple more hours of work to do today, and then there is a night market tonight at a coffee shop downtown, which I think I'm gonna go to. I have to get ready though, and I'm like on a no makeup day, but I'll have to like figure myself out before I go. I think I'm gonna do that, but I'm so stoked about this new lens. It has this zoom, like a zoom ring. My other one didn't have a zoom ring, my other one that I used. Is that really annoying? I did though get rid of 2 of my other lenses. So as I was talking to you about it before, I got rid of my 20mm, which was really, really quite sad. I was very attached to that lens, even though I've had it for about a year and a half, and I've probably only used it a handful of times. I've used it a bit more for video, but now this is like my primary video camera. I don't really have a use for it anymore. I don't really do that much landscape photography or astrophotography, so it just didn't make sense to keep it. So I have sold that lens in an effort to consolidate my kit. So yeah, that's the plan for the rest of the day. And here's Bear to just say hello. He's not super happy. We had a fire alarm earlier and they never get happy with the fire alarms because they know they have to go in the carry case and go downstairs. So yeah, okay, let's go to the night market. the market that we didn't go to. Basically, me and my friend went and we got there and there was a massive queue outside and I was not prepared, but neither of us were prepared to wait in a queue outside in the cold for like at least half an hour. So we went downtown and just did a little bit of like shopping in some of the late night stores that were open, and then I came back home and now I'm here and everything looks very cozy. I love this time of year when we have like all the lights up, although these lights are permanent now. But yeah, I love our Christmas tree. And while our Christmas tree is here, actually, I want to show you some of my favorite decorations. Is that lame? I don't know. But I have collected so many cute decorations over the years, and I want to show you some of my favorites because I really like seeing, like, especially if people have decorations that mean something to them. I always like that, so let me show you some. Okay, a couple of my favorites. This little mushroom boy I bought from a maker on Instagram who does the most incredible dolls, but she did this little mushroom boy and I loved him so much. I have my little orca whale because orcas are my favorite. I got a little moon one that I got this year from a place called Luna Collective in Victoria. I have a New York one which we got when we went to New York for New Year's, the first year I ever moved to Canada. I got this one this year from the Royal Hawaiian. As you can tell, I like getting decorations from places that we travel. Got the Hogwarts Express from the Harry Potter Studios in London. A little Toronto streetcar from Toronto. Our Banff one. This one my cousin gave to me. It was on a card when I was leaving for Canada. And I love that and it always makes me think of him. So I have that on there too. Love this one. This is from Crate and Barrel. This is like octopus throwing snowballs. My dad brought this over one year, so he's become our tree topper. This was from our first Christmas tree that we cut down. We went to a Christmas tree farm and cut a real Christmas tree, and it was the only real Christmas tree we ever had, so that kind of hangs there. We have a lot of, as you can see, things that mean stuff to us, and I really love collecting stuff. Oh, this one I picked up when I was back home last year, and this I got when I must have been 8 years old, 8 or 9, and my favorite teacher in the world gave the whole class, she was leaving, and so at Christmas time she gave the whole class like a gift basket and that was in it, and I have kept that ever since. She was called Mrs. Cook and I still remember her. So teachers, if any teachers are watching this, you make a real big difference and we're all grateful for you. That was this evening. I think tonight I'm just going to chill. Mike has gone to Toronto for a couple of days to see his friends for some like Christmas festivities. So I'm on my own for a couple of days. So it's just me and the cats. There's that. So yeah, time for a chill evening. Hello everyone, good morning. It is a couple of days later. That was something in the oven. Not scary at all. I have not been great at keeping this vlog updated. I think it's because I haven't really done much. The last couple of days actually I wasn't feeling super well and so I just did nothing. But today it is the weekend. It's actually a really nice day outside and there is a little market on downtown. So I think I'm gonna go check that out. Mike is still away in Toronto and pretty much everyone that I know is doing something. So I'm just gonna go by myself. And yeah, I'm gonna bring you along with me. Let's go downtown.
We got time on our side. We're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. We got everything here, at least to stay alive. And the time that we share makes it all worthwhile. Got this place on our own. Do you feel that we got something strong? And I saw you walking the line, and the truth made that with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about. We got time on our side, we're in a state of hope. I need you on my fire. I want you to know that every time you're away, I long for you so much I can find my way. And I saw you walking the line, and the truth may come as a surprise, that with you I feel alive. You'll be the last one I think about.
That was a real escapade. Let's just see how far I walked, because I feel like that was a long way. Victoria might be small, but I feel like because of that, you just walk everywhere. I did 9,648 steps, which is 4.1 miles around Victoria today. The market was fun. I didn't get anything, although the thing that I found was really cool there, and I've wanted to go on for ages, but I didn't get one today because I'm trying to not spend crazy amounts of money. But there were some people making Cowichan sweaters there, like authentic, proper Cowichan sweaters, and I say that I really want a Cowichan sweater, but I want to make sure I buy it directly from the maker. They are very expensive, so it might not be a while until I can get one, but I thought that was really, really cool. Then I went to the grocery store. I find it really funny that I forgot to bring my reusable bag, and I already filled up my big bag, so I had to get a grocery store bag. But I find it really funny that in North America they put your groceries, I'm saying groceries, oh my gosh, your shopping in brown bags, because growing up that was a really novelty thing for Brits, because you'd see it on the TV and everyone would get their groceries in a brown paper bag. Anyway, still a novelty. I went to the British store as you saw. I went to get Christmas pudding because I can't have Christmas without Christmas pudding. And I didn't make one because I make Christmas cake, and Christmas pudding is I need to feed it today actually, it just reminded me. But yeah, anyway, Christmas pudding. I also got some things for Mike, so when he gets back tomorrow he can have some British treats because I can't resist. I got these Thai sweet chili sensations. If you've never had these, they're crisps or chips, as you know, in the North America. These are amazing, honestly. If you've not had them, you're missing out. Then I got him his favorite chocolate, Galaxy, Ripple. And then his other favorite chocolate, Milky Bar buttons, because Milky Bar is the best white chocolate. I don't like white chocolate, but I like Milky Bar, so anyway, I think that I'm gonna end, whoa, okay, just tripping over my slippers now. I think I'm gonna end the vlog here, because I don't know how long I've got, but it's definitely been a couple of days, so I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel. I post videos frequently. I try to do them every week, but life, and they're usually like this, about, you know, lifestyle, living in Canada, travel related stuff, things like that. So if you're interested in that kind of content, don't forget to check out the rest of my channel too. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok, Twitch, all of your favorite platforms, so you can also go find me on there. Anyway, until my next video, which I'm very excited about. I have to film that one tomorrow actually, and I have to film it specifically tomorrow, because, well, you'll find out in my next video. But yeah, until my next video, I hope you have the most wonderful day, week, whatever, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.